Pet segment. Give it up for Christine Filati.
Yes, thank you, Howie. Thank you so much. So this evening, one of the things I'm going to talk about is one of my favorite topics with pet owners, both dog and cat owners alike, is the whole concept of a transition diet. And so people usually say to me, what exactly is a transition diet? And it's really simple. A transition diet is a diet that will take a dog or cat off of commercial pet food and put them on a homemade diet. Now, a homemade diet can be cooked or raw. And what I have found over the many years that I've been doing this is that there are certain objections. And the two main objections that I hear all the time are it's expensive and it's too difficult. And what I like to do with pet owners is to show them that it's not expensive and it's not difficult. So the first pet, I'm gonna start with dogs. I have a few dogs myself and had dogs for a long time. And very early on in owning my dogs, somebody asked me a question, and it was quite simply, what are you feeding your dogs? I had a light bulb moment, and I started to research homemade diets, in particular the barf diet, and I moved them off of commercial pet food, and that was well over 10 years ago. So the important thing with dogs that I want all dog owners to understand is dogs, being 99% wolf, still have those nutritional requirements. And if you look at a dog's mouth, their teeth, they're meant to tear flesh, to eat meat, to crush bone, and it's really the best way to feed our dogs. There's certain ratios involved, which I think makes it easy for a pet owner. The most important thing to remember is that the dog needs animal protein, and basically 75% of a dog's diet should be animal protein. And when I say animal protein, Howie, you might want to know what the animal protein is, because I know you have a dog.
Absolutely.
Well, that's a great question. We are talking about beef, we're talking about turkey, duck, chicken, also fish. My dogs love fish. Other animals would be, did I say duck?
Yes.
Pork. That is the animal protein, and 75% of your dog's diet should have the animal protein. You might wonder what the other 25% is, and I'm going to tell you. I like to puree vegetables. When you puree them, it breaks down the cellulose walls, which makes that a lot easier for your dog to digest. People say to me, what types of vegetables? Even some fruit. I always say what they cannot eat, and they cannot have. I have my top 5. They cannot have grapes, they cannot have raisins, they cannot have onions. They also can never have chocolate, and they never ever can have cooked bones. Howie, they never ever can have cooked
bones.
Thank you very much. So please, dog owners out there, do not feed any cooked bones to your dogs. So let's just go back to the dog's diet. We have 75% is animal protein, 25% pureed vegetables or some pureed fruits, and there's some extras I like to throw in. Extras might be some pumpkin. It's a great time of year to get organic canned pumpkin. Please get regular pumpkin, not pie-filling pumpkin. My dogs, like I said, love fish. They love mackerel, they love sardines, hard-boiled eggs, wheat germ, they love yogurt, and also organ meat is really great for our dogs. But organ meat is very rich, so you never want to feed too much organ meat. And also, I'm a stickler for things being fresh, so you want to be really, really careful when you feed organ meat that it's always very fresh. And if it's not fresh, throw it out. It's not worth the few dollars that you spend for the organ meat for your pet to get sick. The dog can have a cooked diet or a raw diet. Part of a raw diet is raw bones. I happen to love raw chicken necks because they're very, very inexpensive. We're also coming into Thanksgiving, and you'll see some raw turkey necks. My favorite bones are the raw necks and the raw chicken wings. And I always say, depending on the size of your dog, you can cut them up with a meat cleaver, which is one of my favorite kitchen devices, my meat cleaver. I cut those bones up into really small pieces, and I feed that as a meal. Just to review once again, my dog owners, please never feed a cooked bone. You can feed raw bones. I will not forget about you cat owners, because I also have some cats. My cats love fish. People are surprised, but fish has mercury, fish has this. I always say to them, small fish like mackerels and sardines are great things to feed your cats. I also feed my cats raw meats. My cats were rescued as kittens, so they have grown up on raw meat. Not all cats are going to take to raw meat. It's something they have to get used to, and if you rescue them early on as kittens, they're more likely to have more of a taste for the raw meat. But nonetheless, you could do cooked beef, you could do cooked turkey. A big favorite of my cats, which is a really nice treat, is pork loin. They love pork loin. I'll cook that in the oven. You don't ever want to dry it out too much because the cats are a little finicky, we know that. And really another thing that most people never think of, and I love this, Howie, because this is throw out meat. This is throwaway meat from the butcher. Beef hearts. People look at me sometimes like I'm crazy, but I tell them you can find beef hearts. In fact, become friends with your butcher, because your butcher will be able to get you beef hearts very inexpensive. It's throw out meat, and they're excellent for cats, especially raw, because they provide an amino acid called taurine, which all cats need for eye and heart health. So just to wrap it up, transition diets are an excellent way to go if you want to put your dog or cat on a raw or cooked diet. If you have any desires to find out more, contact us here at the Halftime Howie radio show. Just put in the title Pet Segment, and I'll be very happy to answer all of your questions.
All right, Christine Filardi, Passion for Pets, great job. All right, we're going to take a break, and after the break, Rocco's movie review, and we're going to hear from Mary Ellen and Anna about New York Rising. I am Halftime Howie, coming to you live from EmPower Solar, Long Island's first and oldest station, AM 1240, WGBB.